And as you're kind of coming over to your mat, if you can walk and lift your rear up, you're going to get a little bit more tricep work. Just every opportunity that we can to strengthen our arms. And let's roll down. And we're going to start by bringing our right knee to our chest, putting the foot down and then the left. So exhaling as the knee comes in and inhaling as you're putting the foot down. And the next time we're going to bring the knee in, straighten the leg up and extend through the heel. Let's do the same leg. We're going to do 4 more. So we're going to do 5 total of these. Easy does it. Bending and straightening the leg and pressing the left foot into the mat. And then we're going to switch legs, left knee in, extend the leg up all the way down and keep going. So we've got to wake up the hip and the leg. We're going to do 1 more. And put our left foot down and let's slowly roll the hips up and reach the arms up and lengthen, and then as slowly as we can we're going to roll the arms and the hips down and do a few more of these. So we're articulating the spine, so each vertebrae is pressing down into the mat as you roll up and roll down. And let's do 1 more. And now we're going to hold everything up and breathe, lift the hips even higher and take a couple more breaths. And then slowly rolling down, arms out in a T and knees gently over to the right. So we're going to come into our spinal twist and stretch across the chest and breathe. And 1 more breath. And let's go to the other side with the knees, roll them over to the left and lengthen and breathe. And last deep breath. Let's come back to the center. We're going to bring the arms down and roll the hips up. Let's walk our shoulder blades a little bit closer together, pressing the feet down, and 3 more breaths. And then we're going to roll the hips back down. Let's find our ball, and we're going to bring the hips up again so we could put the ball underneath our back. And let's start again with the right knee coming toward the chest, leg up and extending through the heel. And see if you can stabilize the hips here. And switch sides. So we're going slowly. And then we're going to bring both knees in and take the legs up and extend just a little bit where you feel comfortable and bring the knees in, and we're going to do a few more of these. So just bring the legs down where they feel like, your navel can still support you so you don't hurt your low back. And we're going slowly, and let's do 2 more. And now we're going to bring the legs 90 degrees, and let's tap the toes down or hover them and bring them back up so we feel the lower abs. We're going to see if we can put our hands on our hip bones. So we've really got to use the core, stabilizing on the ball. And let's see if we can flex the feet now, do the same thing, hovering the heels almost touching and bringing them back up 90 degrees. And 2 more. And now let's release, and we're going to lift the legs straight up, arms come down, point and flex the feet. And let's circle our feet. And then in the opposite direction. So now we're going to take the toes together, heels apart. Just kind of feel that. Feel how the hips press down. And then switch. Bring the heels together, toes apart. Just notice what's stretching here. And then let's release legs back normally, and we're going to take them out and slowly in. And the next time, let's add on lifting the arms through the legs and over the head as the legs close, finding even more balance. And a couple more. And then last one. And let's bring our arms over our head and our legs straight up so the arms aren't touching. We're going to see if we can roll the shoulders down. And notice how the belly has to activate. If you're bringing your navel to your spine, balancing right here. Now we're going to take our left leg down, right leg up. And then switch, flexing the feet. So we're still balancing. And keep going. Let's do a couple more. And now we're going to come into our happy baby, stretching the back. And let's take a few slow breaths. And then feet together, Baddha Konasana. And let's bring our feet flat to the mat again. And we're going to roll the hips up, stretching the spine, and lift up off of the ball. And just hold the ball so it doesn't roll out of the way. And 3 more breaths. And we're going to come down on the ball again with our back and cross the right foot over the left thigh. And let's lift and lower. And we're going to do these slowly, feeling that alignment through the hips. And make sure you're not gripping with your arms. And let's do one more so we can hold the legs up and breathe. And you can even roll the shoulders down so you can find that deeper stretch across the chest, palms facing up. And now we're going to bring the foot down and uncross, and let's try the other one. Left foot over the right thigh and slowly lift and lower. So we're pressing the left ankle into the right thigh. And two more. And let's hold the legs up and breathe. Roll the shoulders down again. Take another slow breath. And gently release. So we're going to put the foot down and uncross. And let's walk the legs and the feet together. Find that pelvic tilt. And slowly lift the hips up and lower down just a few times. And two more lifts. And we're going to hold ourselves up and come up on our toes and take the ball away so we can roll all the way down. And let's try another spinal twist. We're going to bring our knees to our chest and then take them over to the right all the way down and turn your head to the left and breathe. And adjust yourself. Adjust the height of the knees. See how your lower back is doing. And let's take another deep breath. And then we're going to go to the other side, rolling over with the knees to the left, turning our head to the right and breathing. And last deep breath. So let's just roll all the way over there, and so we can come on up to our seated position. And we're going to sit cross-legged. And let's take our right hand down and reach the left arm over. And feel, we're still going into new places in our body. See if now you can turn your chest toward the mat. Left hand comes down and press the left hip down. And then we're going to rotate back again, left arm up. And left hand down to the left side, right arm over. Feel that nice stretch and lengthen. And start to rotate the chest toward the left as the right hand comes down. And press the right hip down. And then we're going to bring the right arm up. And let's come back up and reach both arms out to the side. Flip the palms up and bend the arms and resist and straighten just a few times, rolling the shoulder blades down. And then we're twisting to the right, goalpost arms, and twisting to the left. And back to the center. Let's cross one elbow over the other, eagle arms, and we're going to lift the elbows up and lower just a couple of times, feeling that stretch. As you press the hip bones down, sits bones down, let's uncross and cross them the other way, eagle arms. And again, lifting the elbows up and lowering down slowly, just a couple more times. And last lift. And then we're going to uncross the arms, forward fold here, hinging from the hips, releasing the head and breathing. Let's walk our arms to the right. Over to the left. Back to the center, and we're going to come on up. And then an easy twist to the right as we roll the shoulders down. And then over to the left. And back to the center. Let's come on over to do some cat-cows on our knees. And feel the whole spine opening with the breath and with the movement. And now we've got a neutral spine. We're going to take our right leg back, curl the toes under, extend through the heel. Keep pressing that leg back. One more breath. And let's switch legs. So we'll take our left one back there and keep extending, stretching the back of the left leg. And we're coming back to the center. Let's reach the arms up for a little back bend, lengthening. And then we're going to come into our puppy pose, reaching the arms forward. And take 3 more breaths. And let's come into our Sphinx pose, down on our belly. And lengthen the belly forward and take a couple more breaths. And then half arm plank, lifting the hips up. And let's come into child's pose and take a few breaths. And we're going to walk the arms to the right. And then over to the left. And to the center. And let's come on up to downward dog. And let's see if we can lift the hips higher and lift the heels at the same time, bending the knees. And let's walk to the top of our mat, coming deeper into the hip. We've been practicing these little bear crawls. So we're going to try that again. We're going to walk back to the back of our mat, stretching the legs a little bit more. And here we are at the back of our mat. Let's walk forward a little bear crawl, bending the legs, coming deeper. And then we're coming to the top of our mat. Let's forward fold and inhale up and bring our hands to our heart. We're going to twist the upper body to the right and then over to the left, back to the center. Let's lift our right knee up and just take a breath. And then right foot down, left one up. And put the foot down. We're going to inhale up. Forward fold and step the right leg back for our lunge. And lift the left arm up in our twist. Come back to down dog. Right leg lifts up and steps forward. And the left. Halfway up. Forward fold and inhale up. Hands to our heart. Twist the upper body to the left. And then to the right. Back to the center. Let's try that knee thing again. We're going to lift the right knee up. This time take the right knee out and in, foot down and switch. Left knee up, take the left knee out and in and left foot down. Inhale up, forward fold, and then left leg steps back for our lunge. Right arm comes up for our twist. And we're stepping back, down dog. Left leg lifts up and steps forward. And the right, halfway up and forward fold. Inhale up. And hands to our heart. So we're going to lift the right knee up. Let's come into warrior three. Take the right leg back. Take a couple more deep breaths. And step the leg back for warrior one. Arms come up and breathe. Come a little deeper. Arms reach forward, right fingers down, left arm up. And both arms up with our palms together. And then let's clasp our hands and come into humble warrior. And feel that lengthening chest to thigh. 3 breaths. And let's come up in our back bend, open the throat. Now arms reach out and up, warrior one. And let's step our right foot forward and we're back in Tadasana. Take a deep breath. We're going to really press our right foot down so we can bring the left knee up. And then left leg back for warrior three. Couple more breaths. Now step the leg back for warrior one. Arms reach up. And then arms reach forward, left fingers down, right arm up. And both arms up, palms together. And let's clasp our hands behind us for humble warrior. Inhale and forward fold. And then 3 more breaths. And let's come up in our back bend and lengthen. Arms reach out and up, warrior one. And then stepping the left leg forward, we're back in Tadasana. Let's inhale up, exhale forward fold, and we're going to come into our downward dog. 3 breaths. And let's come into our child's pose. Stretching the toes on the way down, arms behind us. So we're going to sit up on our heels and then shift over to the right hip as we twist to the right and breathe. And let's try it on the other side. Let's shift over to our left hip and twist to the left and lengthen and breathe. And we're going to come back here and let's bring our legs in front of us. And we're going to bend our knees and just hug them together and see if you can roll the shoulders down. We're going to lift the feet up just a little bit if you can, maybe one at a time or both. And then let's reach the legs out for boat and in. And just one more time. And now we're going to bring both legs flat on the mat and forward fold, hinging from the hips, releasing the head and breathing into the spine. And 3 slow breaths. We're going to come back up and cross our right leg over the left, twist to the right. And then release, and let's uncross and cross our left leg over the right, twist to the left. And back to the center, uncross. So we're going to bring our hands behind the hips. Let's see if we could do this. If not, you could put your feet down and lift the hips. So we're lifting our whole body up in this plank and looking up. Really stretching, keep lifting the hips, roll the shoulders down. And then bend the legs so our feet are down. Looking up, we're going to take our right leg up and then put it down and the left. Just one more to each leg, the right and the left. And then coming down, let's come into our big V here, reaching the arms forward and lengthening the spine. Release the head and take a few slow breaths. And then gently releasing, we're going to come back over to our child's pose, stretching the spine, and feel that lengthening. Let's try a few iguanas. So we're going to reach the hips forward as we gently look up, back to child's pose. 2 more. And last time. And we're coming back to our child's pose. And then downward dog. Right leg lifts up. Let's come into our high lunge. We're going to step the right leg forward, reaching the arms up. Let's take our palms together over our head, and we're widening the elbows. Now we're going to release the arms, twist to the right, cross the arm over, hands together, and lengthen through the back of the left leg. Now left fingers down, right arm up. And let's come back to our downward dog. And now left leg lifts up, and let's step the leg forward. High lunge, arms reach out and up. And we're going to bring our palms together over our head, widening the elbows. And then releasing the arms as we twist to the left, cross the arm over, hands together. And right fingers down, left arm up. And let's come back to our down dog and take a deep breath. Let's walk to the top of our mat and be bears again, coming deeper into the hip. And when you get there, forward fold, Utkatasana. And let's twist to the right, cross the left arm over, hands together. And twist to the left. And then back to Utkatasana. Take a deep breath. And let's come all the way up to standing, arms reach up, hands to our heart. So we're going to come into dancer. Let's lift the right knee up and hold the right foot. Left arm comes up. And 3 more breaths. And let's try that warrior 3. So release, take the right leg back. And we're going to come into our forward fold with the leg up. Fingers come down, take another couple of breaths in our forward fold. Can we lift back up? Let's try it. Let's lift back up and bring the right leg forward. Really good. Take another deep breath. And let's try dancer on this side. So left knee up, hold the left foot. And right arm comes up. And 3 more breaths. And now let's try our warrior 3, bringing the left leg back. So we're going to do the same thing here. First, we're lengthening into warrior 3. Then we're coming into our forward fold and leaving the leg up. And take a couple more breaths. And now we're going to come back to warrior 3 and bring the left leg forward and come back to Tadasana. Let's inhale the arms up, forward fold. We're going to step back to our plank. And let's do a few mountain climbers. So bringing one knee down and then the other. And then chaturanga. And we're going to slowly bring our chest up. Let's do a few cobras and 4 more. And we're going to slide our hands underneath the thighs. Point the toes, right leg lifts up and bring it down, lengthening, and then the left. And let's do that again to each side, one leg at a time. The right and the left. Now let's lift everything up, inhaling and lifting. We're gonna open and close our legs nice and fast. 10, 9, 8, 7, keep lifting higher. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring the legs and chest back down. And we're gonna press back to child's pose. And take 3 more breaths. And let's sit up on our heels and then twist to the right and twist to the left and back to the center. And hands come down, lifting the hips up, stretching the quads. 3 breaths. And let's release and sit back on our heels and bring our arms forward, regular child's pose, and take another slow breath. Downward dog. And then right leg lifts up, warrior 2. And we're going to slowly bring the fingers down to the inside of our right foot and just hover them there. See if you can lengthen the left arm up and feel this extension. And we're coming back up and going into reverse, left arm down, right arm up. And warrior 2, 3 breaths. And Trikonasana, straightening the right leg. And let's come on up, and we're going to bring our arms out to the side, wide-legged pose, reaching both arms up, a little stretch, and then forward fold, hands come down. Let's take our legs, hips side to side, transverse lunges. And in the center, release for a forward fold. And now we're going to inhale and come all the way up again, another back bend. Let's come into warrior 2 and turn our left foot out. Roll the shoulders down. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other side, slowly hovering the left fingers above the mat, right next to your foot. Right arm reaches up, and feel that lengthening. Let's come into reverse. Right arm down, left arm up. And then warrior 2 for 3 breaths. Straighten the left leg, Trikonasana. Right arm again reaches up. And 1 more breath. And we're coming all the way up slowly. This time we're going to clasp our hands over our head and lengthen upwards. Lean to the right. And then over to the left. and back to the center. Let's clasp our hands behind us so we can come into our forward fold. Inhale up and then lengthening forward for 3 breaths. And let's slowly come on up, reaching both arms up. And we're going to come into Goddess, bringing our hands together, feet turning out, elbows opening and closing. Let's lean to the right and then over to the left, back to the center, and then take another deep breath. Come a little deeper. We're going to inhale up and come back to downward dog and take 3 more breaths. And let's walk to the top of our mat. And this time we're holding our elbows forward fold. And releasing the arms, let's come all the way up and reach out, feeling the lengthening of our spine, hands to our heart. And let's try our eagle pose. We're going to bring our legs together, cross the right knee over the left knee, left elbow over the right, and forward fold. And 2 more breaths. And gently inhaling up, and we're going to uncross and take a breath, feet together, hands together. And now let's cross the left knee over the right, right elbow over the left, forward fold. And 2 more breaths. And let's slowly come on up and uncross and bring our feet hip width apart and hands together. And let's take a couple of breaths, rolling the shoulders down. And then we're coming into our squat. And take a few more breaths. And 2 more breaths. And let's come all the way down. We're going to roll down on our back and start by bringing our knees to our chest and making a few circles with the hips and go in both directions. Just kind of feel that. And let's come into happy baby. And notice the difference in the spine as you breathe. Let's take 3 more breaths. We're going to bring our feet together, Baddha Konasana. And 3 more breaths. And then let's put our feet down and roll the hips up, just like we did at the beginning. and hopefully feeling the difference in the spine. And we'll take a couple more deep breaths, pressing the feet down, lengthening the toes. And slowly, slowly rolling the back down to the mat. And let's just let the knees roll over to the right for an easy spinal twist. And breathe. And one more breath. And let's roll the knees over to the left and feel that opening as we breathe. And one more breath. Let's come back to the center and lengthen our legs down for our final pose of Shavasana. And feel the whole spine now with our eyes closed. We're feeling the shape of our body. Feeling how Mother Earth is holding our body. Slow inhales and slow exhales. Notice how the head is pressing down into the mat, and it releases any tension in the facial muscles and the jaw. We're slowing the breath down even more, especially the exhale, feeling the pause between each breath. Notice how the shoulders have lengthened away from the ears. And we're feeling the right leg pressing down with the right hip and the left leg with the left hip. And now we're feeling the energy coming into our whole body as we softly inhale and softly exhale. We're wishing ourselves good health and harmony for every cell and every molecule. Peace for our homes and families and communities. And peace for our brothers and sisters everywhere. Let's take a deep inhale, and we're going to wiggle our fingers and our toes. And let's reach the arms over our head and stretch and roll to the side. And we're going to come on up to our seated position and bring our hands to our heart to seal in our practice together today. Let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for coming today.
Thank you, Marian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck,
That was
Holly.
great.
Okay,
Great.
I'll
Thank
let
you.
you know.
Bye-bye.
Good luck
Bye,
with-
everybody.
Bye, Marcia.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye, Suzanne.